Hello, hello, it's your friend Doublebite. It's almost exactly 3 a.m. on Thursday the 18th. I think today's the 8th. Yeah, Thursday the 8th. So about its space and time. So yeah, I saw a picture online on Twitter posted by my man Maplehoof of the Edge of Space Perler that he did, and it was awesome. And then I'm like, I haven't done perler beading in like literal years. Like, I think not since I moved into my other room, like from my other room to this room. And I made a ton of perler bead stuff. It just takes very specific amounts of like focus and energy and mood and stuff for me. But I saw it and I'm like, tonight it's tonight, and then I'm like, yeah, tonight's the night. And then I'm like, tonight shouldn't be the night because it's the night. And then I'm like, well, it's the night, so I'm doing this. Took me a long time to set this up actually. So I slept from like 9 to like 1 today, PM to AM, so I'm feeling pretty peppy. But I'm not gonna sleep tonight again. Yeah, so I figured let's switch it up. So this is the jankiest setup I've ever done for anything I've ever recorded. I'm gonna post a picture on Twitter later of the setup, and also of some of the perler bead stuff that I've done in the past. But oh god, someone's watching this. What the fuck? How do you? Anyway, so I'm actually doing this sideways. So you have the up and down view of my perler board. It's taped up in the middle here, and I use a lovely 2011 Ireland calendar, and I have no idea how I have this calendar, but I use that to back it. So as I reach forward, you'll see me reaching from the sides, the puppet master that I am. And I'm glad that, more or less height-wise, this worked out, because quite frankly, I literally cannot raise the webcam any higher. So the fact that this almost perfectly captures the perler board in frame is kind of impressive. Like I probably couldn't have. Well, I could have planned this better if I tried, because I didn't plan this at all. But abstractly, it was working pretty well. So yeah. So whenever I do perlers things, I always go based off of a design. I'm not like someone else's design, but like I'll make a design in Photoshop because I'm not that creative to do something original. And I don't think you'll be able to see what I'm working on. No, you can't. So yeah, so you'll see it kind of come to life, which I think might be kind of interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't watch this video. But I have my, some of my colored beads set out already. And I'm going to start with the kind of outline. I have a pair of tweezers somewhere that I usually use for beading. Not like official beading tweezers, but just like regular old tweezers. I find the beading tweezers are like too cumbersome. So this is going to be very tedious and slow without those. I mean, it's tedious and slow anyway, but it's going to be very awkward to use my fingers. Plus, since I have Photoshop up now, I can't even see the video's recording, if any of this is working. I'm going bold here. I don't even know if I'll be able to like answer any chats or whatever, but I don't know, I'm not even expecting anyone to be watching this, so if anyone's watching this, I'm already going wilder than I expected. But yeah, it's funny because the first thing I ever did with perler beads is also the largest thing I've ever done. Because before I got into this as a hobby, I wanted to see if I'd stick with it, since I don't stick with any hobbies. And my perler bead obsession lasted about 2 weeks to a month, which is the longest I've stuck with anything ever, up until this YouTube channel, which has been a fuck ton of time. I think getting on 2 years now, maybe? I don't know, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, and then I did it for a long time. Well, I did it a lot, and then it's funny because I'm not sure if this is like exactly when it. That's not as well. I'm also used to working a lot more top down. I usually have my pegboard on the floor, like right by my feet, and then I move them over. I usually don't do them on my table like this. And it's going to be actually interesting to iron this. We'll see how that works. But, yeah. What was I saying? Right, so I did a thing online where I asked a bunch of my friends, oh, hey, I'll make you all things, I'll make you all things. This is just like my Facebook friends, because this was, and then I made them all the things that they requested, and then I didn't give them any of them. And part of that is just because I have a lot of anxiety about going to the post office. No idea why. Because the idea of mailing things weirdly makes me anxious. And I feel it's like a common thing. I don't know what it is about, maybe generational or whatever. Well, I don't know. But anyway, and then part of it was that I've never made anything in my life. These were the first things I've ever made with my own hands, and I couldn't let go of them. I couldn't think of giving something that I had created to someone else. I don't know, it was a weird feeling. I wonder if any art people out there can identify where you've done a commission and you've had to let it go. Maybe someday I'll send them to people where I'll just take pictures of them. Because right now they're sitting in like a pile in my closet. I should take pictures of them and put them up on Twitter and my Facebook page. I only have, it's funny. So I hit 69 subscribers, which is awesome, nice. And then I had 96 Twitter followers. I think we might be up to 70 now, actually. That's also cool. I find that interesting because my Twitter channel is literally just links to these videos and then me posting like insane leftist political crap. So I just wonder what the overlap is there. This person's political retweets are amazing, but why do they keep on posting about these weird game things and Perler beads? But anyway, so I might post take some pictures of my Perler stuff and put them online, just because like seeing Maple Hoof's thing made me happy and made me smile, and maybe seeing my stuff will make someone else smile. It's almost entirely Pokemon. I almost exclusively do Pokemon things because it's really easy for me to template it. The most ambitious thing I did was actually I did God tier oh god, name Kanaya from Homestuck. And that one came out really well, and that one, like I created the thing for it myself in Photoshop. I was very proud of. That took a while. So whenever I'm beading, I like to do some outline, and then I like to do some fill-in, and then some outline again, and kind of go back and forth. Slightly arbitrarily, because the outline gives me a sense of like, the shape of a thing, and it feels more like progress. Filling in an empty space is progress in its own way, but here I can see the outline of something taking shape. But filling it in a little bit then gives it a little bit more structural integrity. So if anything bumps or whatever, you're not quite as shit out of luck. So far so good as far as freehanding this. And I haven't done this in probably over a year. And not to spoil the surprise, but it is a Pokemon. As I said, I do almost entirely Pokemon things. Although, seeing them Maple's, Slay the Spire thing, made me think, what if I made the character, again, unrelated to Slay the Spire, but what if I made the characters from Risk of Rain? I think they would be really sick Perlers. I started doing this because there was a post years back of this woman who had like chronic pain and made like wall-sized Pokemon murals out of Perlers to like help her focus on the pain. And I started this when I was very depressed. And it was very meditative for me. I'm still like obviously manic depressive, but I feel like my depression has lessened over time. My bipolar has lessened over time, which is lovely. Unfortunately, I feel like my ADD has increased over time. And you may or may not, you may find this hard to believe, but doing Perler stuff when you have focus issues is a little tricky. So I was going to get back into it, and then I tried to make something, and I realized that my palette wasn't good enough. I needed more blues. And then, so that was like a hard stop. And then I tried again once I got blues. Like months later, I finally, like, there's like a sale on the site where I get my Perler beads, which if I remember, I'll link to in the description because they're quite good. And no affiliation or anything, I just think they're cool. And I got the blues, and then I couldn't focus. I couldn't bring myself contemplate sitting down and doing this for however long this usually takes me. I feel like when I got really good, it would take me about a half hour. But that's with tweezers, and you know, when I've been practicing. Although again, I'm doing really well so far. Like, I am deeply surprised. Especially because, I guess maybe it's because I'm working on, maybe the side angle's helping me a little bit, instead of kind of like doing like a kind of a more crane drop kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah. So I've only given out 3 of my Perler things before. And I hope I have pictures of the 2. So I made a Bulbasaur, and I made Sans from Undertale. And both of those were given to my ex. What do we have? A straggler here. There we go. And I don't regret giving them to my ex. I think that was one of the more thoughtful gifts I've ever given, since I don't view myself as being terribly good at gifts. Although the gift that I commissioned for Christmas for Callie, which is made, it just needs to be finished up. And hopefully I'll give it to her, you know, eventually. Since it was a Christmas gift. But I digress. So that was actually a really good gift. I'm very happy about it. Anyway, and then I gave, so that was Sans and a Bulbasaur. And then I've also given my friend Spooky. Is this a white or gray? Yeah, shit, that's a gray. Then I gave my friend Spooky, I'm gonna be seeing Spooky soon. That's gonna be nice. What's her name? Alfie's from Undertale. That was fun. That was a fun one. Alright, am I on track here? 4 across, yep. Hair's falling in my face a little bit. This is getting a little tricky. But like they say, it ain't Perler bead without the challenge of the beads. That's what they say about Perler beading. Olympic level Perler beads right here. So I decided to go with a fairly easy one to kind of warm me back up. Something that I wouldn't need to process in Photoshop that much. Yeah, maybe I'll like do a video. If anyone ever watches this or cares about this, and it's like, oh, I want to know how you do Perler beads. Like, tell me your secrets. I set up in Photoshop, but I've gotten pretty good at like just using the index color mode to limit the color palette so I can get it down to that kind of like, obviously Pokemon does not have that much of a color palette, but even so, there are, you know, if you have like 4 blues to work with and Pokemon has 6 blues, you gotta narrow that down. I hope there's not too much background noise or anything, because I didn't do any testing of this. Like, this is literally a spontaneous 2 AM impulse. Hey, this is the correct time to do Perler beads. This is, oh, look at this. It's like a little half bead. That's weird. Cool. It looks very cleanly cut too. Yeah, so this was a spontaneous impulse. Every step of the way I expected to give up. Like, I'm like, okay, how are you going to set up the camera? Okay, now you need to pick something. And picking Pokemon is usually the hard part, but I had a conversation with Callie. Oh, I'm probably going to give this to Callie. But I had a conversation with Callie, and she mentioned one of her favorite animals, and I'm like, there's a Pokemon based on that animal, because of course there is. And then I was trying to think of what to do with Perler-wise, and I'm like, hey. Maybe making this video will help me get rid of the kind of creator. Oh shit! Something just fell over my room. That was terrifying. It was like a little piece of cardboard. Oh god! If there's a mouse in my room and I bump the table, I'm gonna be pissed. But once in the blue moon, I will get house centipedes about once every 2 or 3 months, and thankfully I've already gotten one this month. But I'm gonna check my ceiling now. Okay, I don't see any of the creepy fucks, but boy, if your house centipede fell on me while I was doing Perler beads on stream, boy howdy, that'd be exciting. You'd get to hear some very ugly words and screams. I mean, beads would go flying everywhere. The camera would probably go flying everywhere, so I'd probably lose my webcam. Oh boy, that'd be exciting. But yeah, so usually I have my ADD or my focus issues are just have been too strong. I'm like, okay, I got the camera set up. Now I need to count out the beads. Admittedly, I didn't count out the white and black beads, but I did count out the rest of the beads. And I'm like, okay, are you actually going to do this? Can you actually focus enough to do this? Because I have not been able to the last like 4 times I've tried. And so far, so good. So far, so good. And you don't have tweezers, you know, so many little steps that made it really easy to quit. Also, my webcam is now working with OBS. For ages, it would like give me weird crashes, and now it's suddenly working. I'm not complaining, but it's a little weird. I also have no idea if you can hear me, if the sound's right, if the video's working. Oop. No, that goes there anyway. The resolution shit. I should probably check chat in a second just to see if anyone said anything. But if any of you have seen this before, like seen me on here before, you know that this channel is very passively narcissistic. You know? It's all about me. And that's okay. Because if I can make something all about me and then someone else takes enjoyment out of it, that's like the best of both worlds. I'm just gonna checking my video real quick. Ooh. Honestly, yeah, again, this doesn't look half bad. My original approach with these was going to be doing time lapses, but I didn't have enough time to set that up. And I was kind of feeling like in a chatty mood. I mean, what the fuck else is new? Wow, feeling like chatting. When does that ever happen? Broken ass extrovert. It's nice. I'm hosting a board game night tomorrow. I've been hosting a board game night every 2 weeks for about a month now, and I think people are going to show up to this one. It's just like an open thing I have with my friends where, you know, I posted that, hey, I'm doing this board game thing. If anyone ever wants to show up, you can show up, and that's the deal. I think it's a private thing. It's not like I'm opening my house to the universe. You know, I don't like people. But hopefully we'll get some good board games going. Now that I figured out this camera setup, so this camera setup right now is funny because it's. Oh, I thought there's just a bug now. I'm fucking staring the corners here. This setup works exactly for perler beading and nothing else. I could describe it actually. Why am I building the suspense? It's all a lure to get you onto my Twitter. Ah ha 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 ha. Gay agenda. But no. So my desk already. I've talked about my setup before. So I have these boxes from Five Below. These plastic boxes. They're rectangular. So on the left and the right, I have 2 stacks of them. Like 2 boxes on each side. And from a perfume store, like 7 years, like when I first moved to Philly, I was passing a perfume store, and they were taking down their wall decorations and replacing them. So there were all of these like beautifully printed things of flowers on these like large square tiles. I want to say like 2.5 by 2.5, maybe 3 by 3 even. And I just took them all because they looked really pretty. I have them, most of them somewhere. So where'd this white one come from? I thought I dropped a black one, landed in my pajamas. I thought I grabbed it, and it turned out to be a white one. It's so silly. Anyway, oh god, I'm gonna be sitting on these fucking beads for years now. Oh, I found the black one. Nice. So, my desk is literally this big foam tile, and on the other side of it is printed a picture. I don't even know what the picture is. I think it's lilacs in a field or something. And then, yeah, it's my desk. So as you can see, like there's like the little bit of silver patches. It's a little worse for wear at this point, but that's okay. So am I. Let's see, that's the light gray here. Boom, nailed it. So that's my normal desk. So we're already starting. Oh, no, you fucker. There we go. We're already starting with that level of janky. So from there, I have these things that my ex-roomie got at IKEA. I think that's where we got them. I mean, that's when I acquired them. We acquired all of our shit from IKEA. But they have like a three-legged stand, not like a tripod, but like flat. And then they go up, and then they're like a flat table-y thing. So I have that, and I use that as a side table because it's about the same height as my bed. And my webcam is usually like a Logitech webcam, and it's on a tripod, one of my photography tripods. So I literally have this flat end table thing that's like propped up next to my desk, and the tripod is sideways, so the tripod is actually just flattened and resting on the table. So I have this kind of like a boom over, and then when I had my ceiling light on, the shadow of the webcam was directly on the pegboard. But I also have some other photography lights in my room. So I just turned one of those on and turned off my light. So I'm literally sitting here in the dark with this bright white light in my face, playing with Perler beads at 3:20 in the morning. Living my best life, I think. I'm not even saying that sarcastically. I think I am genuinely living my best life right now. I'm genuinely like doing really well, all things considered. Is this right? This doesn't look right. What did I fuck up here? Ah, these should be two higher. Or one higher, rather. Okay, that's why I like to do the little contours so I can estimate based on those. Alright, something else is wrong. What else is wrong? There should also be one over. It would also be kind of cool to have a setup where you can see what I'm doing ahead of time. Or like as I'm doing it, and then you can see how it unfolds. I think that'd be cooler for the time-lapse ones. But I don't know. It's kind of a fun who's that Pokemon element to this. At least, I mean, I would find that cool. I'm so hypocritical. Like, I don't watch most of the things that I stream. Admittedly, my style of what I look for in Let's Plays is different than the kind of Let's Plays I make. I watch almost entirely two things. One, Jacksepticeye yelling about things, because I appreciate his positivity. And the second is Hearthstone. I watch Trump and Trump. Trump is the best, but if you are a Hearthstone person, Trump is seriously the best Hearthstone YouTuber. Has a very dry sense of humor, and he plays these hilarious off-meta decks in Legend. Just does not give a fuck. And then he'll do like kind of a retrospective of what actually worked, if anything actually worked. So I would recommend him. But yeah, I literally only watch. Oh, and I also watch Ryukar and Carl Sagan 42 for their Mario Maker. So like, I guess I technically play Hearthstone, but I haven't played it in a while. Kind of got burnt out in Hearthstone. Well, not really. I didn't get burnt out. It's just a terrible game. Well, fuck that shit. Anyway, but yeah, so like I don't play most of what I watch, and I don't watch what I play, because like I said, I'm not the best at focusing on things, and I'm not the best at audio processing. So like I want to watch things like Adventure Zone and Critical Role, but I can't focus on the audio very well. Just like a mental thing. And then I want to watch Dominions 5. Like I want to watch a lot of Dominions 5 because I loved Dominions. And I do not know why I had a 3:25 alarm set, but I did. Past me thought that was a good idea. Past me is making a lot of decisions, but so far present me is okay with like most of them, at least most of the more current ones. Anyway, so I want to watch more Dominions 5. That's actually a goal. I feel, I don't want to say obligated to, but I feel like it'd be a good thing for me to do. But like I don't watch Terraria. What else don't I watch that I should watch? Or anything really. I mean, I just said all the things I do watch. So I totally lost my train of thought. I have no idea where I was going with that. That alarm threw me off. By the way, my alarm sound is Descend from Homestuck because I am that big of a nerd, and because Homestuck will never die. All right, let's go back to more of the outline. Okay, let's do these so I can get a sense, have those as like kind of a landmark. So I kind of have delusions of grandeur with this YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, shock and awe, someone with a YouTube channel has delusions of grandeur about it. But I think they're very silly delusions of grandeur. Like it would be fun to do this as Who's That Pokemon. Like if I was actually having people like on the stream watching and trying to guess what Pokemon it was. That's the kind of thing I aspire to. Speaking of weird decisions, I was watching, so I follow oh god, what's her name? Oh, Jamie Lotfuss on Twitter. She's very weird and very funny. She's the person who is eating Infinite Jest, and she also does YouTube stuff for Super Deluxe and is a stand-up comedian. I recommend checking her stuff out if you like the rough chuckles. But damn, I've seen Super Deluxe's like stoned modes, like slow motion stuff, and that's legit. But I was watching the series Upgraded, where she it's got Jeffrey like try weird fad beauty things. Oh god, it's horrifying. I saw some weird shit on YouTube last night. It was a weird night, my friends. So I like putting like a little reference point, like this like little middle part there, because then is it, does that make sense? Okay, that shading should work. Sometimes Pokemon shading has a little bit of the shading in the outline, and then I kind of have to assess whether I like that or not. Or do I want to tweak that? I think I'm just going to replace a little bit of the shading with just now let's do it straight up. The color palette matches actually surprisingly well here, so I'm not going to try to tweak it too much. Damn it, I just up another bead. Yeah, so Super Deluxe does some things with like audience participation, and I can't tell if they're staged or not because they're horrifying and just like deeply disturbed. But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, cool. That was the point of that. Okay, so let's see if I've done this right. So there should be 3 in between here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, good. So I think at this point, you should, my Poke fans out there should be able to tell what Pokemon this is. If you don't, I'm not judging. Because it is only most of an outline, it is very low res. God, it's such a tiny build. It's so small. Yeah, I'm not used to working at this angle. I can't tell if this is going to be better for my back or worse for my back than like leaning straight over. Probably better for my back in a very relative term usage of the term better. Like if I was sane, I'd be working at a table, but that requires me to go downstairs. And it's cold down there, and it's also downstairs. Even with the fact that I went up and down the stairs like 5 times while getting the like beads and like bags and like little bowls and shit that I needed to do this. And here we go. I found out that Jacksepticeye, not to YouTube gossip, I found out that Jacksepticeye is dating like a fan that he met like via her fan art and stuff. I found that kind of cool. Some people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that," but it's like, how do you meet people these days? You know? Can you imagine someone that you meet that you know respects what you do? Like, just like that's one of the first things you know about them is that they respect you and what you do. Obviously there's a lot to learn and stuff about someone, but damn, I am nailing this as far as like being able to pick these fucking beads up and put them down. Fucking achievement unlocked. Can pick up and put down small beads. It's also so weird to be doing this sideways. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do this bottom section here in the light gray that I chose or in a very pastel blue. I feel like the pasteliest, the lightest blue I have is still too blue, and that the gray would look better, and I stand by that decision. That was the right call, but it's always one of those things where if I could, eek, no, don't get the whites and the light grays confused. Like, if I could just have perler beads of whatever color I wanted, I'd be such a happy human. I also have so many greens. I have like my green palette, like in like your default perler bead sets, green is like a really common color, like as far as getting like shades of green. So I don't know why I don't do more grass Pokemon. But no, I'm all about the blues, I guess. But yeah, I need to be in a focused mood to do this, but I also need to be in a kind of melancholy mood. I don't think I'm melancholy right now. I'm doing really well right now. I'm chatting, I'm focusing on something. I feel really good right now. But I think I definitely was in a slightly melancholy mood when I decided to do this. God damn it, I forgot to get parchment paper. I have some down here still, rather up here still, so I don't think I had to go downstairs. Tried to get everything all set up, get all the beads I needed, all ready to go, and you knew I had to forget something, right? And perler beads never look quite right until they're done anyway. Lost my train of thought again. Hey, yeah, I'm doing so good at focusing. But yeah, no, it feels really good to be doing this. I missed it a lot. You know, it was like a thing for a moderate length of time. I talked about it on Facebook all the time, like, oh, I'm doing this thing. Oh yeah, I do this all the time. And then it's like, oh, no, I don't. No, you don't. That's factually inaccurate. Oh, I'm starting to feel my back a bit. I have to shift positions a little bit. I'm also like leaning in. Like, I guess I could be closer, but I don't want to like have my head on the top of my head blocking anything, or like be too close to the mic, you know? No. Damn. Seriously, this is some 3:33 a.m. laser focus coordination shit right here. Sometimes if I'm filling out a really large area, I'll just dump a bunch of beads of that color in there and then take the tweezers and adjust from there. It's not the soundest strategy. I hope I'm not doing too many camera bumps or mic bumps. I'm trying to be very careful and deliberate. Both as far as placing beads and also as, you know, not causing loud noises in the directly into the microphone. but you never know. I'm gonna take a quick check on chat. Whoa, someone's on chat. Oh, fuck you, Stipulation. Love you. Polar isn't a video game, thank you. Also, 2 people are watching right now. So that's my friend in Stipulation. I'm playing, he's one of my friends from college. He's my traditional late night decision buddy. We both accidentally fell into this pattern of being up late. Well, he has to be up late for work. And then I've been doing the thing kind of like I did today where I'll sleep from like late afternoon till like the early AMs and then just stay up because I wake up at 6:30 for work. So if I take a nap when I get home, I'm just fucked. I get like 4 to 5 hours of sleep lately, but I also get to work on time every day, so you know, I'll take it. But yeah, so we've been playing a lot of Dominions 5 together, just in one-player games. I probably should have recorded some of them. Last one was really fun. We did. I was I think it was late age. I was Pangea versus his Bogarus. So for people watching this who aren't D5 people, basically I was Centaurs and Satyrs, and he was Russian blood-worshipping horsemen. I think that's their backstory. So he had horsemen, but I had hoplites with spears, and that combination did not work out so good for him. I think we're pretty evenly matched. I've been playing the Dominion series a lot longer than he has, but he has more of a tactical mind in general, and like just more exposure to other tactics type things. So I think it's a good match. And he knows how to put on pressure, whereas I tend to turtle really hard. Like I have a great early game and great late game. I have decent. Okay, I don't have a great late game because I never make it to late game. I have a theoretically good late game. I have a good early game. So when I remember to put on the pressure, I do really well. Honestly, with this pixely style, it almost looks more like a Digimon. Like the color palette being slightly off and stuff, it feels like I just made a Digimon. I don't know what part of my brain is making that distinction right now, but seriously, Stip, why the fuck are you watching me play with Perler beads? You have way better things to do with your life. Go, I don't know, do something else. But yes, that's been fun. I miss you, Stip. Hope I can come visit you soon. Yeah, I think I'll finish up the outline now. Yeah, so y'all should know what Pokemon this is by now. Or not. I mean, I'm not judging. It's funny, I've played so many games so many times I've played through Pokemon Blaze Black, which is the best Pokemon game. It's a Pokemon mod made by Drano. That's a Pokemon Black mod. Has all the Pokemon Gens 1 through 5 in it. Difficulty balance to make it more challenging. It's really, really impeccably done. Drano's actually working on a Platinum mod now, which I'm very excited about. Because his latest one was a Mega Ruby mod, but you kind of need to like jailbreak your 3DS to do that, and I'm a little nervous about doing that. Whereas Pokemon Black, I was able to do I have an emulator, a DS emulator on my phone. Anyway, but it's funny, I've played Black and White, Blaze Black and White so many times, and then I've never done his Blaze Black and Volt White sequel. You know, the sequel games, and I've just gotten this Disgaea kick because Disgaea is just so easy to binge play. I've just been playing nothing but Disgaea on my phone lately. Again, DS emulator. So I was thinking about doing Disgaea on this channel just because like the plot of the first game was really good, and I've heard the second game also has a really good plot, and the gameplay's fun. I've heard the later games like keep on making better gameplay, worse plot. And like, you know, that's fine. I can accept that. And I think I made a mistake in the pattern. Yeah, it's 2. 2 and then a 1. Then 2, 2, I think. We'll find out if this lines up to the other side or not. The suspense is killing me. As is my back, because I'm old. Speaking of old, it's almost my birthday. It is about 3 weeks from my birthday. I'm going to be 28. Jacksepticeye is actually exactly a week younger than me, I believe. It's either a week older or a week younger. I think it's exactly a week younger. I want to meet him someday. I don't have like a lot of like famous people I want to meet. Jack's a good egg. And there we go, outline is done. Dugong's kind of an unfortunate Pokemon. I think Dugong deserves more love. I appreciate that its name is literally just the name of the real life creature. I mean, it was not named Manatee, but like, you know, Dugong. They're spelled kind of different. And it's in that weird Gen 1 thing where its stats are, the total stat total isn't bad if I recall, but the like, it just doesn't have anything that's really specialized in. I don't think it has like a very good ability. You know, just one of those awkward Gen 1 fellows who needs some love. That's what we're here for, Dugong. Give you some artistic respect. I just find it funny that manatees were believed to be part of the origin myth of mermaids. Like, damn, like, you gotta be hitting the rum pretty hard there to be like, yeah, that looks like a mermaid. Feeling amorous towards that manatee. I'm not saying that sailors actually fucked manatees, I'm just saying. You know, sailors probably fucked manatees, it just probably happened. Come for the Perler beads, stay for the discussion of manatee fucking. Good job. Cool, I think I'm actually going to be done with this in under an hour. Like when I'm not, obviously when I'm not talking, and when I have my, well, I haven't really needed my tweezers for anything really. But when I have like my, you know, I'm in my stride, I could have probably done this in about a half hour. The beating part in a half hour, not like the full completion. And we're at the 40-minute mark. So that's pretty good. Damn it, did I miscount? My honest to God. One short on the little gray fuckers. Yeah, I might have dropped one on my lap. That's okay. The fact that I was exactly right on the dark gray is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, so I need 2 more. There. I try to trust my pattern, you know? Like sometimes when you're doing the beading, because of slight variations in color and the fact that they're not filled in, it will feel like it looks more different from the pattern than it does. But you're gonna have to trust. What I usually do is I'll squint at my pattern and then I'll squint at my perler. And once you squint at it, you know, the little holes in it disappear and it looks much better. Like I'm squinting at mine like that right now. I'm like, yeah, this looks really good, if I do say so myself. So let's hope I don't fuck up with the melting. I feel like it would have been nice if I had some like music in the background or something. I thought of doing that. I think I might reach out to some like people on OC Remix who have done Pokemon remixes and seeing if I can use their music in like Perler time-lapse video maybe, or another Perler stream if people inexplicably want more of these. Why am I being so hard on this as a concept? I mean, I guess it's just because, you know, maybe I'm like a discount Bob Ross. I am your incredibly discount, very much less optimistic Bob Ross right now. I should be saying calming, soothing things. About happy little pseudo-Udos. Oh, I should totally make a pseudo-Udo Perler. That'd be sick. I just finished watching season 1 of The Good Place with Turnip. Because my roommate had never seen season 1. My roommate doesn't really watch television, like, of their own free will, so. But it was fun to see someone like see the surprise twist. And if you haven't seen The Good Place, the surprise twist is a very good surprise twist, and you should go watch it right now. Season 1 is currently on Netflix. So watch it before the fuckers take it off like they do everything else I love. Alright, so get this. So I watched this with Burb. I watched this one Korean drama called Hello My 20s, and it's amazing. It's fucking great. Stip, I'm making you watch it with me sometime. You're still watching this. Oh god, there's rustling in my room. God damn it, there's a mouse in my room, isn't there? Hold on. Let me go get my mouse scaring stick. I have a mouse scaring stick. So I'm just gonna kind of jab it in the corner of my room and hopefully scare it away. Or I'm just like hallucinating and my house makes weird noises because houses make weird noises and we have, you know, gas plumbing. I'm freaking myself out because I didn't actually see it. We don't have like a lot of mice, but I live in a row home in Philadelphia. And the place next door to us is really gross, which means that we get mice once in a while. They're not usually in my room because I don't keep food in my room. But you get paranoid sometimes. I actually haven't seen one in my room in like a couple of weeks. Or at least like 2 weeks. And this, again, they're very uncommon. At least I don't get spiders. I fucking hate spiders. I want to like spiders. I've gotten to the point where I'm no longer really arachnophobic, per se. Like, I'll see a picture of a spider online doing a cute spider thing, and I'm like, oh, that's a cute spider doing a cute spider thing. But then you see in-person spiders, and it's like, nope. Just kidding. What if there was no spider there? That would be ideal. Almost done. Looking good. I'm glad nothing catastrophically bad has happened. And for anyone who hasn't done Perler beads before, you can get for pretty cheap really big like randomized tubs. Like, I'm going to do something very brief here and hold something over my Perler thing. So like, here's my randomized assortment in an empty monster container because I'm trash. So I've been sorting through that for years now. And then here's one of my 2 bins of sorted ones. So you can get a good color palette from there. Again, you'll get a nice variety of greens, not so much in the reds or the blues. And then there are also other kits that you can get for specific purposes that can give you a couple of unusual colors. I got one that was like a food kit, for instance, that gave me a tan and a cream that I needed to do an EV. And then since then I've just been buying them straight up online so that I can, you know, just get my nice palettes. Plus, you're gonna, especially if you do pixel stuff, you're gonna run out of white and black so fast. You're gonna need to buy white and black pretty much in bulk. Like, it just happens. So I've shifted positions, and my back is hurting less, and now my right leg is falling asleep, which is not good because if I stand up and fall over or stumble at all, and then knock my design, I'm going to be very pissed off. I'm just going to take a moment now to start heating up my iron, and by that I mean making sure start heating up my iron and making sure it's not next to anything flammable or meltable. I'll actually do that in a second. I'll just finish this up first. And then I'm going to go see if I have any parchment paper still upstairs. And if not, I'm going to have to go down and get some, so that'll take me a little bit. But I'll probably mute the mic while I'm doing all that since I'll be jostling around. Hopefully not jostling too much. But oh yeah, so now that my OBS is apparently playing nice with my webcam, I might actually start putting my face in my streams. Probably not usually, because I'm usually a gross son of a bitch, and I hate how ruddy my face looks on camera, and I don't like my facial hair on camera. And by all that, I'm just saying I have some insecurities that I'm working through, and maybe I'll just fucking suck it up and deal with it. But I think I want to do more recorded content with my face in it first, so I can get more used to it on, and then maybe start having like a little in cam when I play games. And obviously stuff like Domains I don't stream, which would make sense, but like you actually want to see my face in Conquest of Elysium just be kind of glazing over. I have resting sad face. I have a very expressive face when I'm expressive, but like my baseline expressive is not that much, and definitely have resting sad face. So maybe I'll just keep the face stuff for like reviews, and if I ever go back to League of Legends and you want to see me pissed all the time. Who doesn't want to see me pissed all the time? But yeah, it's definitely a more like a darker gray than the kind of like the bluish grays used in Pokemon, but that's okay. And there we go. That's our Dugong. Wow, I actually finished it. I'm very pleased. Okay, so I'm gonna mute my mic quick. Let's see. I'll start heating up my iron, and then I'm gonna mute my mic while I find parchment paper and iron it. Then yeah. So I'm gonna check chat quick to see if anyone said anything else. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Stip asked me about my mouse scaring stick. So I don't remember why I have these two sticks in here. I'm pretty sure like a friend left them here. Like there's like two canes from like the thrift store. So I'm pretty sure my friend left them here, and then I just kept them. But I use them to smack bugs and scare mice. So whatever works. I'm basically a crazed hermit. Like deal with it. All right. Okay. Photoshop, get out of my way. So yeah, so I'm just gonna mute myself. I actually don't know if I can mute myself, like if this button will work or not, but we're gonna find out if this button works, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so good news. I actually had some parchment paper in my side room. My iron is heating up. I don't know if it's hot enough yet, but I kind of don't remember what temperature settings are like for this thing, so I might just wing it. So yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna maybe scooch this a little bit further away from my microphone. I'm gonna make sure my table is stable enough to put some pressure on it. This feels wildly unsafe, but I really don't want to move this. So, moment of truth. We're gonna try to iron this fucker. Pardon if you just heard a really loud crinkle noise. I didn't think of that. This works a lot better with a flat one, but actually it's going to be really noisy, so I'm just going to mute my mic, but yeah. Oh, look at that adorable little face. Yeah, my iron always heats up weird. I feel like it heats up so much more on the edges than in the middle. So I really need to just remember to keep moving. I definitely might have done a little bit of over melt on the sides, a little bit of under melt in the middle, but it looks like it came out pretty well overall. We won't know until it like really dries and then pops off there. And obviously, it would have been better if we had like a more flat parchment. But looks like no beads fell over or anything, so that's good. I'm feeling pretty positive about it, so we'll see when it pops off. Might not do that on the stream itself because that takes about 10 minutes, unless I can think of like 10 minutes of something to ramble about. Which, let's be real here, of course I can. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to ramble about? You know, I can do a show and tell of my other beads now as a quick thing, and I can take pictures of them for Twitter in a second. So yeah. I mean the only person watching right now is Stip, but I'm not sure if he's seen my Perler bead stuff. And yeah, you know, why not? I got time to kill. I kind of want to. I don't know. I don't want to like leave the stream with the finished product not shown. That would just feel kind of silly. So enjoy the light crackling sounds of the paper unsticking from the Perler, and I'm gonna go get my other designs. Okay. God, I've made a lot of these. I completely forgot. So yeah, I'm gonna save the two most impressive ones for last, but we have here adorable Cyndaquil. That was originally made for my friend Bobby. See, there's another one made for Bobby as well. Got ourselves a Rotom. I believe these are actually glow in the dark, though I've never really tested that. Got a Rilliu. I think I just made that one for shits and giggles. Some more ghost types. We have Trevenant. And I think this is, yeah, Golett. The aforementioned Eevee. See on here a little bit, it had a little bit of over melt. And this is one where I did melt both sides. Usually I've been kind of getting the habit of only melting one side. Actually, no, all the ones I've shown so far are double melts, so maybe I always double melt them. I thought I'd stop doing that. So here's Kirilla. I'm not sure if you can see, but this one also had some melt issues on the bottom here. But this one was not my fault. These whites were from something that someone gave me that were Walmart brand Perler beads. So you can see the shitty bead quality here. I'm not sure you can. But yeah, so buy good beads. Okay, so this is when I started, or there are a couple where I didn't melt both sides. So here's a Ralt. I was going to make all three, but the person I was making them for and I don't really talk anymore, so so it goes. Then we've got Dratini. I forgot how fucking many of these I've made. This one I made for my friend Kat. We have ourselves a shiny Rapidash, I think, or is it Ponyta? The sprites, it can be hard to tell sometimes. This one we had a little bit of over pressing here. A little bit of discoloration, a little bit of burning, but you know that happens. It's it's an art, not a science. Here are my two most impressive ones. So here we have God Tier Kanaya with Matra Orb. Hell yeah. And then this last one was actually the very first Perler bead thing I ever made. Because I don't stick with hobbies, I wanted to challenge myself. I'm gonna be like, make the biggest thing you can imagine doing. And you can do that, then you'll be able to do all the small stuff. And this literally was from edge to edge on my 4x4 frame. And let's see if you can tell what my favorite Pokemon type is by all of these, huh? We have Mischievous. So yeah, my hand to scale, it is quite big. It took me a very long time, but I think it came out really well. A little bit of melt issues with the upper corner, but that's just because it's a very narrow area and it's my very first time doing this. And all things considered, I think it looks great. Okay, I think we're ready for the reveal here. Voila! Here's our dugong. Looks like I might have gotten an eyelash melted into it. There's a little bit of rippling on it's still pretty warm. There's still a little bit of rippling here from when I just pressed down too much rather than going around. But overall, no beads fell. It looks pretty evenly melted. And it's fucking adorable. So yeah, I am probably gonna give this to Callie. I think I want to try to, let go and give a present to someone who will appreciate it. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop this stream and stop recording. And then since I have like another 2 hours before I need to get ready for work, I might stream a game on my Primarily Games channel. How wacky would that be? But yeah, for those of you who stopped by or are watching this later, thanks. And until next time, double bite out.